Joey Logano is the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion. We're going to be talking about that all today and the race at Phoenix Raceway. Today's In the Fence Phoenix Championship Race Review. Hey guys, welcome back to the video. And today, Joey Logano is the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion. So the 22 does it in 22, and he is the champion of the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series. 4 points paying wins of the season and 1 non-points paying wins. That gives Joey Logano 5 wins this season, including the Busch Clash. So Joey Logano has been one of the best drivers all season long. Looked like early in the season Ford was not going to be able to compete, but they ended up getting the championship. So Joey Logano, he holds over Ross Chastain, and he is the champion. So in today's In the Fence, we're going to be going over the results. Who had good days, who had bad days. We'll obviously talk about Joey Logano, your champion. I'll give my score on the race at the end of the video. First of all, this morning, Coy Gibbs, father of Ty Gibbs, son of Joe Gibbs, and one of the owners of Joe Gibbs Racing, unfortunately died. So in his sleep, I'm pretty sure, at age 49, so praying for Coy Gibbs right now. So hopefully Joe Gibbs Racing and their entire family will be okay during this. So very sad to see Coy Gibbs die. So I don't know what happens. I saw some rumors go, but I'm not gonna talk about the rumors because they're probably not true and everything. So yeah, Coy Gibbs. Just thinking about the entire Joe Gibbs Racing family right now. So, but we'll get on to the championship stuff right now. So Joey Logano is your 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion for Team Penske and Ford. First championship for Ford on the NASCAR Cup Series since 2018, when Joey Logano won the championship there. So yeah, Logano has been now a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. 31 career wins, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he said that, but Joey Logano could be wrong, even for his own win count. So, but now let's get ready for the results. So first of all, with the results, Joey Logano obviously gets the race win and the championship, so he wins the race and the championship. So Joey Logano won everything today. It looks like Ryan Blaney, who finished second, was going to get on him. Third, Ross Chastain, the other championship Ford contender, was closing on him. If he had maybe like 25 more laps, maybe he would have been able to get there and maybe pull one of those wall ride moves, but I don't think Phoenix could have done it. So he comes from second in the championship standings with a P3 finish. So fourth, Chase Briscoe. Fifth, Kevin Harvick. Sixth, William Byron. In his final ever race with Joe Gibbs Racing, unfortunately, Kyle Busch in the 7th position. So this is Kyle Busch's probably his last race ever that he's going to run up front, because you saw how he did on very competitive Joe Gibbs Racing equipment for a lot of this year. Whew, RCR equipment, not even that good, and very unreliable RCR equipment. Yeah, I don't think that's going to go too well for Kyle Busch next year. Terrible decision. I hate M&M's for leaving. So, 8th, Denny Hamlin. 9th, Kyle Larson. 10th, Christopher Bell, the other championship 4 contender. 11th, Austin Center. 12th, AJ Allmendinger. 13th, Austin Dillon. 14th, Eric Jones. 15th, Mark Truex Jr. should have finished in the top 3, but Baker sucks. 16th, Cole Custer. 17th, Daniel Hemrick. We'll talk about that, why Daniel Hemrick was driving. 18th, Corey LaJoie. Wow, nice finish for LaJoie. 19th, Harrison Burton. And 20th, Eric Almirola. So that is your top 20. Not something good for good days and bad days. Obviously, Joey Logano getting the championship is an amazing day for him. Ryan Blaney finished second. He was really not happy about it. On his post-race interview, he was so mad. So not a good finish for Ryan Blaney, apparently, according to him. Really good finish for Ross Chastain, but just wasn't able to get the championship. Nice finish for the Stewart-Haas racing cars in the top 5. Chase Briscoe 4th, Kevin Harvick 5th. Ford was very fast today. For the top 5 are Fords. Ford is coming to life. Oh, actually, the season's over. Maybe they can come to life next year. Then, yeah, William Byron gets a nice finish. Finally, Kyle Busch rebounds from Martinsville. Oh, God, don't even talk about that. Finishes 7th. Denny Hamlin doesn't get a bad finish. Christopher Bell gets a top 10, even though he was in the championship fight. 12th for AJ Allmendinger, that's pretty good. 14th for Eric Jones, not bad. 13th for Austin Dillon, also not bad. 15th for Mark Truex Jr. Should have been in the top 3 for the results, but he was running there all day long. But the pit crew on like 2 stops gave him a terrible stop, and then Truex was like speeding, probably, I think he was. Then 17th for Daniel Hemrick. So the reason Daniel Hemrick was on the card today is because Ty Gibbs decided not to race. He was going to race. He won the Xfinity Series championship last night, but obviously because of his father's death, he decided not to race. So definitely the right move for Ty Gibbs. I don't know why he would have ever raced after hearing that news. So and then Corey LaJoy gets a very nice finish in 18th. So not bad for Corey LaJoy. Nice finish. 19th for Harrison Burton. I mean, he had a pretty good race. He qualified pretty well in the top 10, but finishes 19th. 23rd for Tyler Reddick. His final race for RCR. Moving over to 23, 11 Racing. Not a good finish for Reddick. 25th for Michael McDowell. He was involved in a wreck. So was Reddick also. I don't know what happened to Daniel Suarez. Finished 24th. I mean, he just had no speed today. So unfortunate day for Daniel Suarez in the final race of the season. 28th for Chase Elliott. So Chase Elliott, what was he doing? So first of all, I'll explain to you this. Chase Elliott. So this is Ross Chastain. You know how they like all fan out on the restarts at Phoenix is kind of like Pocono sometimes. So they go all the way down to the apron. Chase Elliott, the Ross Chastain was moving down. Chase Elliott was just cutting across his bumper, spun himself out, and then hit the wall. And then when I think Marty Snyder or someone asked him what happened, he said, "Oh, the car was good, like in the normal Chase Elliott, no personality voice." So. I don't know why Chase Elliott can't ever explain that he did something wrong. Always has to blame it on somebody else, but yeah, Chase Elliott pretty much messed up his own entire championship hunt there. So he destroyed the car. I mean, hit the wall. That broke everything. He couldn't even really pass Cody Ware, so that meant his championship hopes were over. And he also went like 3 laps down. So yeah, terrible day for Chase Elliott. And then that all his fault. No Ross Chastain's fault at all. I looked at it at first and I thought Ross Chastain had do it. Nope, it was completely the Chase Elliott. Just didn't even try to make it. Didn't even try to race. Just turned across his own bumper. Ross Chastain's bumper. So 30 for Cody Ware. Wow, he got a top 30. How impressive. 32nd for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Obviously, because Stenhouse, he wrecked. Unfortunately for Alex Bowman, finishes 34th. What was Michael McDowell thinking? Not even close to being clear. On the straightaway, cuts across him, completely nails him and wrecks him. So on his first race back. So have some respect for somebody, Michael McDowell. That was just stupid. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe there's no way you could misjudge that. Like, they were pretty much almost side by side. Like, door to door there almost. And he just turned him, almost wrecked himself. So I don't know what he was doing. So, yeah, that's a 34th place for Bowman, and it's not a good race back. 35th, Brad Keselowski. He actually had a very big fire. NASCAR's going to have to take a look at that again. At least it's the end of the season. Thank God. We don't have to do anything next week. So, yeah, that's just Brad Keselowski. His troubles earlier. So now it's time to talk about the race a little bit more. So Joey Logano, only for 1 lap, won this race, was not ahead of the other 3 Championship 4 contenders. That is incredible. Joey Logano led a ton of laps today, swept the stages, and won the race. So absolutely deserved championship for Joey Logano. 5 wins this year if you include the clash. I almost said the crash. It's the 2020 Busch crash. Can't ever forget that one. So yeah, very great season for Joey Logano. Kind of sometimes a little bit inconsistent with the speed, but Joey Logano can take a 5th place or 7th place car and win with it. So that is just how Joey Logano does it a lot of the times. But today was just an absolutely dominant car. Also started on the pole. Absolutely dominant weekend for Joey Logano. Had probably the best car in practice and showed us all and won the whole thing. So Joey Logano is your 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion. 2-time champion for Joey Logano. Might have held up a 3. I don't know. Maybe we'll win 3 next year. Who knows? So yeah, Logano won his 2nd championship today and 1st championship for Ford and Team Penske since 2018. 3rd championship for Team Penske. Brad Keselowski won their 1st in 2012. I'm surprised Rusty Wallace never won a championship for them. That's kind of weird. I don't know what time, like what year he joined Team Penske. I'm pretty sure it was pretty early, but he won a lot of races with them. So, yeah, that's just basically what happened with all the results and everything. So now it's time to talk about the racing, which we barely ever talk about during championship stuff because we're just so focused on the championship. Racing was decent today at Phoenix. It wasn't the best racing. I mean, Phoenix, Homestead should be the championship race, not Phoenix. Why do we still have Phoenix on the on championship? I don't know. Bring back Homestead. Please, NASCAR for 2024. I know 2023 already has the date locked up for Phoenix, but NASCAR, Homestead needs to return. Phoenix is not good enough for the championship. So, yeah, so the racing was decent. I mean, it was pretty good. They could run the Highline and get the run off it. There's still some traction compound left over from it, still like rip and everything. So, yeah, you could still run that Highline, still get the run off of it pretty decently. It kind of works, I feel like, a little bit better than in the Xfinity race. Didn't really work at all in the truck race, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's just basically what happened with all the lines and everything. decent racing throughout the pack and everything. That was probably the best racing. There's not too many great battles for the lead. There's sometimes with Ryan Blaney, Joe Logano, they put on the biggest shows at the front of the pack. But throughout the pack, they were really good. The restarts were crazy. They went fanning out 4 and 5 wide. That's where some wrecks came. That's where Chase Elliott wrecked. Mike down Tyler Reddick wrecked. Of course, Ricky Stenhouse caused the first accident. Of course, he's Ricky Stenhouse. I know there might be a few Ricky Stenhouse fans out there. I'm sorry to make you mad about saying he crashes, but he does. So, of course, in the final race, he crashes. In the first race, he also crashed. So, what a shock. He's Ricky Stenhouse. He probably even crashed in the Clash. I'm pretty sure he crashed in the Clash, too. So, yeah, that's enough of talking about Ricky Stenhouse, who just finished 30th. But why am I even talking about him? I don't know. So, yeah, that basically was today's race. It was pretty decent. So now something I'm going to score on the race. So, I thought today's race at Phoenix was a decent one for Phoenix standards. Not the greatest race I've ever watched. Martinsville was definitely better, I would say, last weekend. So, I'm going to give today's race, I guess I'll give it a 75. I was going to give it a 70. I'll bump it up to a 75. So 75 out of 100, pretty good score for Phoenix. I mean, it's just not been the greatest track on the schedule. So yeah, pretty good, decent score for Phoenix Raceway. So that wraps up the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season. I might be doing some like off-season videos for the 2022 season. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different off-season stuff. I'll announce that all like when it comes around, when I think of a lot more stuff and get all stuff confirmed and all worked out. So, but yeah, that's just basically going to wrap it up. And the Fence will return for the race reviews on February 8th or 6th, somewhere around there for the Clash. So yeah, that is when In the Fence race reviews will return. More than 100 days until the Daytona 500. I can't wait for Daytona. And yeah, the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season is officially over. So yeah, that just wraps it up for In the Fence. We'll have other In the Fence news videos throughout the off season. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching for the final time this year. Like and subscribe for the In the Fence race reviews, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or later today for more videos. But for In the Fence race reviews, I'll see you in February. Goodbye.